Well, here we go with shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm just sort of wondering if I would have been better off if I had have gone with this yellow tape only and not the white, because I'm finding that in some places it's having a tendency to pull the white plastic tape off of the top of the gunnel. Now, where the white tape was good is it would go around the contour, right? Whereas with this, it doesn't want to do that, but I find that if I let it sort of, you can see, you might say pucker or kink, it is, I can get it to go around the corner. Now, another thing that I notice that I'm having a problem with, and that is that when I'm putting it on, this part here has a tendency to want to fold and go up underneath and get onto places where maybe I'm going to be wanting to stick this down later when I go like this. Let's just try that next and just get it down all the way along before we unfurl this. Okay, let's unfurl this thing now, see what we got here. Needless to say, I'm probably going to have to go over this thing several times before we start to spray. However, let's see what we got. And this is the first time I've used this stuff, so it's a new experience for me too. Now, very gently here so I don't go pulling my white tape off of the gunnel. I think if I did, I'd probably just put the yellow down. At least I'd try it. Okay, I believe this is it. Okay, I realize the camera is not adjusted so that you can see how far this pulls out. But I'm guessing by eyeballing it, I would say probably 18 inches from here right up to the edge. Now, let's just see if I can't just turn our ship around here so that we can implement my idea so I can, okay. Bear with me here, folks. Okay, gotta reposition here. This thing is incredibly long. You don't realize how long it is until you try to move it. And contrary to what you might think, I don't have that much room here. Okay. All right. get myself nice and comfy on my chair and maybe reposition the camera, and we'll see what we can do with this excess here. When you're looking at it from this side, you can kind of see where it's pulling away from the top of the gunnel on the other side there. And I do have to watch it when I'm pulling it tight. Well, not tight. I mean, we're not covering the wing of a model airplane here. Something that I did a lot of years ago. Remember the old silk and dope? My goodness, you had to have your windows open. Then along came monocoat. Oh my, what a revolutionary thing. And that actually was pretty good. Used a lot of monocoat. Okay, so my thinking is, how would it be if I was to take and use this and go all the way around the gunnel with it, and then maybe cut this to the right shape, fold it up and sort of tuck it out underneath, and then fold my tape down. That's what I'm thinking right now. And that way, now I know a person could also use this edge, but then you'd have a lot of loose stuff flopping around. Just have to make sure you don't have it too tight, so that as you're handling the ship, when you're moving it around, trying to keep it in front of the spray booth, that you don't pull this loose anywhere and not notice. That'll be the big issue here. Okay, if I'm going to make a mistake here on this, I better err on the side of too wide than too narrow, and find that it doesn't want to reach. Alright, here we go. Now I don't want to cut our cloth. This doesn't want to cut. What's wrong with my scissors here? Oh, somebody pushed the wrong button.
Well, obviously my front windows are open. That's sure not going to be happening in a few months.
Alright. I'm almost scared to try this. Is it going to make it? Oh yeah. Lots of room. Yep, lots of room. Now, while I was editing out the last few scenes and looking up that old photo of me with my model airplane and so on, I got to thinking about monocoat, and then I got to wondering, you know, something like this that is so incredibly light, how it would make good wing coverings for an indoor, super light flying model. And then I wondered, how thick is it? Now, I haven't tried it yet, and okay, let's get it in inches here. Okay, inches. It's on 0. And I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if it will measure something this thin or not. Let me make sure that it's not kinked anywhere, because when you have a kink in it, it will double the thickness. Okay, there's no kinks there. Well, it looks like half of 1/1000th. Well, now it goes to 0. Let's make sure we're still on 0 here. Okay, it is zeroed. I'm wasting a lot of time here, aren't I? Try it again. No, this stuff is too thin for this caliper. Is not sensitive enough to measure something that thick, or thin rather. So there's another way we can do this, sort of. Okay, so right now it is 1 thickness. Okay. Now this only works as long as it doesn't kink anywhere. Now there's 2 thicknesses. Now there's 4 thicknesses. Okay, now we have 8 thicknesses. I don't think it's kinked. Might be, but now we go over like this. Now we have 16. Now let's see if we can measure it. Okay, 16 is 5.5 thousandths. Let's call it 5 thousandths. Why? Did I get it right here? I missed a spot. I missed one fold, I think. 5.5. Okay. Let's say 5 thousandths. All right. Turn it on. Okay, 0.0005 divided by 16 equals. Okay, so it looks to me like it is okay, hundreds, let's see, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Would that be 3 10,000ths of an inch thick? Am I working that out right? 3 10,000ths of an inch? That sounds about right. Okay, anyway, wasted enough time here. If I ever got back into model airplanes again, I probably would do something in the super light, super slow flying. Electric flight was just coming in when I was getting out of radio-controlled model airplanes. And at that time, batteries were heavy, motors were heavy. People were talking about, well, you can get up to 5 minutes flight time, and that would be if you used an aircraft that had a real high lift wing and low drag, like a glider, that type of wing. You could make an aircraft that would stay in the air for about 5 minutes. Now, of course, it's all changed. I don't know. Every once in a while, I do think about it, but I've got enough to do here. Let's see if we can get this fastened up on our gunnel here. Okay, here we go again. Getting my fingers in your way. Now this should go a little better. Whoops. I spoke too soon. That was too bad. Now I gotta try and lift that up and move it back over. Oh, where's my tweezers? And I don't want to stretch it, because if I stretch it, I think that's pretty much the right place. This tape does not want to bend very good. Okay, there's one of those little puckers that I was telling you about. If you do that every so often, you can make it curve. Okay, I guess you get the idea. I'll see you at the other end. Okay, you get the idea. Now, is this going to work, or have I just wasted a whole bunch of time here? I'll reposition the camera so you can see what I'm trying to do. Now, I don't want to be having this real tight under the deck, or under the hull, because if I do, there's a chance that it'll catch on something and pull off the other side. So I do want just a little bit of slack. And I'm thinking if I start midships and work my way out to the bow and then to the stern, I won't need to worry about it getting crinkled the wrong way, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I poke it underneath like this, and then fold this down. And try not to get my hands in your way here. Just poke it underneath. It doesn't matter if it's all wrinkly. All it has to do is keep the spray from hitting the hull. Not like we're covering the wing of a model aircraft or something. I can't get it up underneath there. Oops. There we go. Yeah, that seems to be working. Okay. Move this just a little bit here. Whoops. Maybe I'll move you guys. Okay, now we'll put the camera down the other end and we'll work that away. I do believe we have basically got it. Maybe we might have a little bit of a problem here. Or maybe not. All we have to do is seal it so that the paint does not want to hit the hull. I think we basically got it. Oh, I pulled it off here again. Oh, must be, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what? I might have to put a piece of tape over top of everything. Don't want to have to pull it loose. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.